everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be the ultimate battle of the books. I saw someone on TikTok do this video where she did a giant tournament bracket trying to find the one ultimate best book that she has read that year. I wish I had saved the video, but she had like 300 books and the winner was like a book by Sarah J. Maas. And I decided, why am I not doing this? Because I have done my best and my worst books of 2022. I'll link that down below if you're interested. It was a lot of fun, but I found so many favorites this year. This is my best reading year of all time. If you combine my best and my most surprising, which are still favorites, just surprising, I had read over 20 something books that were 5 stars or rounded up to 5 stars that I would love for everyone, and I mean everyone, to read. So I thought, why not torture myself and try to find just the best one, the one. So I decided to do a battle of the books. However, because we're not doing things halfway ever, I decided to make a giant one on a wall, because why do it on my computer when I could do it on a wall? So I have an empty wall in my living room because I transformed my bookshelves from this. This was my living room, and now I built this library. So I have this big wall, empty wall, and I worked way too much, way too hard for way too long, and I built, like I said, a giant tournament bracket. So this year I have read so far 34 books. For the sake of even less, because I googled how tournament brackets work, don't do it. I learned more about sports than I ever wanted to. You want an even number. So I brought it down to 128 books. It just makes a lot more sense. And I wrote all of them down and put them in this cookie jar. And we're going to find the ultimate best book that I've read this year. It's probably going to be fun, probably going to be a little torturous, and I'm excited. Let's do this. By the way, the different colors are for different genres because, once again, didn't do anything halfway. So this is what it looks like on the wall, but unfortunately for you to actually see what's going on, I have to back away a lot. So I'll show you snippets as we go, but this is what it looks like. Level 1, I will be picking 2 books from the jar, and then the winner will go on the tournament bracket. Otherwise, it was not going to fit on the wall. So let's do this. I am nervous, because I could not tell you right now what book is going to win. It could be anything. So let's see. First battle. We have Before the Coffee Gets Cold or And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. Our winner. Oh yes. I'm going to try to go fast the first level because we have 64 battles. Number 2. We have Magpie Murders versus Light from Uncommon Stars. Ooh, this is hard. I'm gonna go with Magpie Murder, actually. I'm gonna not think anything, just vibes, because otherwise some of these I will not be able to answer. So just, future Emily, I'm sorry, while you're editing, you're probably gonna cringe. What Doesn't Kill You versus The Knife of Never Letting Go. What doesn't kill you? Who would have thought nonfiction would make it? We have I'm Glad My Mom Died, super popular, and The Book of the Unnamed Midwife. Oh, this is already difficult. The Book of the Unnamed Midwife. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like the other one. I did too, but this is one of my all-time favorite post-apocalyptic book, literally ever, so it wins. We have The Perks of Being a Wallflower versus Tenders of Flesh. Perks. Sex Matters and Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Wrong Place, Wrong Time. And yes, I did choose red to go for the mystery thriller horror books. We have The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, super great classic, and My Brilliant Friend. Oh my god, this is hard. I did not expect things to get hard so quickly. This is one of my all-time favorite classics, but I don't want to choose, but no thoughts. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Unwell Women and People We Meet on Vacation. Unwell Women. People We Meet on Vacation was my least favorite Emily Henry so far. They had no chemistry whatsoever. The Last Wish and The Lies I Tell. The Lies I Tell. I hated The Last Wish. I know. It made it to my worst books of the year. It always brings fun comments. The Woman They Could Not Silence versus A Life on Our Planet. It's going to be my popular opinion, but I'm going with The Woman They Could Not Silence. This author is fantastic. She writes infuriating nonfiction, but they're so good. A Prayer for the Crown Child by Becky Chambers and The Traveling Cat Chronicles. Oh no. Two favorites. Both of them actually made it to my most surprising or best of the year. We're gonna go Becky Chambers. That was hard. Shit. That was hard. The other one is the only book that made me cry this year. She Who Became the Sun and Don Juan. She Who Became the Sun. The second half was, but the beginning was one of the strongest beginning ever. The Book of Cold Cases in Defense of Witches. I didn't care for it. This is my least favorite book by the author so far, but we're gonna go with The Book of Cold Cases. Breaking Day and The Last to Vanish. Didn't care really about either, but we're gonna go Breaking Day. Not by a lot though. What Happened to the Bennets in my worst of the year. I said, you don't care, you don't wanna know. And Beach Read. No question. Not hard to beat, but that was one of my favorite. I really like Emily Henry. Crying H. Mart. The Emperor of All Men. Oh, that is hard. We're gonna go with H. Mart though. Both of them fantastic. Highly recommend them. Atomic Habits and Dead Poet Society. Dead Poet Society was bad, so Atomic Habits took me by surprise. I was a hater before I read it. The Invisible Kingdom. Book lovers. Yes. Of Mice and Men. The Atlas of the Heart. Of Mice and Men. Golden Sun. Norwegian Wood. Listen, this would never win against No Matter What. Hated that one. Golden Sun it is. The Pain Gap. All About Love. Let me put some on the wall now. There's too much on the couch. Let's keep going. We have Sea of Tranquility and The Shadow of the Gods. A Taste for Poison. Familiar Sight. Taste for Poison. One of the most fun nonfiction I've read this year for sure. Parable of the Sower. I don't even need to look. Oh no. Legends and Lattes. This feels like having to choose. No, you know what? I was going to say this feels like choosing your favorite child, but everyone that has parents and siblings knows that your parents do have a favorite child. And if you're like me and you're the middle child, it's not you. Oh, I hate this. We're gonna go Legends Lattes because I prefer Booktube. That's gonna be, oh my God, this was painful. Legends and Lattes it is. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Persuasion, didn't care for it. Ask Me About My Uterus, also didn't care for it. Shit, we're gonna go with Jane Austen. No thoughts. Sweet Bean Paste, A Fatal Grace. Yeah, Fatal Grace was the most fatphobic book I've ever read, by far. So even though I didn't love Sweet Bean Paste, it's the winner. Dope Sick, that was good. This Is Your Brain on Birth Control, that was not good. I mean, good topic, wrong author for it. So Dope Sick. I feel the need to like talk about the books. It's so hard not to. Blacktop Wasteland, Convenience Store Woman. Oh, that sucks because both of them were disappointments. Maybe, Convenience Store Woman. It started good, but I thought the author was going to make a social commentary and she didn't. I really didn't care for the second half of it, but whatever. Belly of the Beast, that was good. Le Dernier Jour de Condamné, The Last Day of Condemned Men. Belly of the Beast. I'm seeing a lot of nonfiction on the wall already. That is weird. I did read a ton this year though. The Intersectional Environmentalist and The Last Thing You Told Me. See, nonfiction winning again. It's my most read genre this year. This is so weird. It's usually fantasy or sci-fi. Killers of a Certain Age. Good idea, bad execution. The It Girl. It's probably her strongest book. I wouldn't call it a favorite, but it's gonna win. The Obesity Code and A Flicker in the Dark. Objectively, this is better, but this was more entertaining. So, again, no vibes. No thoughts, just vibes. Between Two Kingdoms and The Woman in the Library. Again, not a favorite, but not bad. Adulthood Rights. That was a tough read. Sense and Sensibility. I Love the Sisters. Hated the romances. Colin Brendan, though. But that's it. So, adulthood. I mean, Octavia E. Butler is going to win pretty much every battle here. Except for the only one that didn't earlier. So we have The Devotion of Suspect X. That was good. I need to continue reading by the author. And Tell No One. Suspect X it is. The Shadow of the Wind took me by surprise. This had been on my shelf for 6 years. The Slow Regard of Silent Things. No. Shadow of the Wind it is. Hidden Pictures, hated the ending. Sour Candy, great horror book. Tales from the Cafe, no. The Queen Tune, yes. I'm making quick decisions. I mean, again, 64 battles. We still have so much. The Disordered Cosmos, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Nonfiction wins again. Kim Ji-young, this is winning. I'm already telling you. Upgrade. That sucked. So disappointing. Into the Drowning Deep, that was good. Touch of Power, not bad actually. Took me by surprise, but Killer Mermaids, you can't beat that. The Magician King, no. The Invasion of Tierling, wasn't even that big of a fan, but this one had a pointless essay scene at the end. No thank you. Vita Nostra, yes. Blind Side, no. Vita Nostra, one of the weirdest books that I've read, but it was good. Can't wait for book 2 next year. The Woman in Cabin 10. I have never known men. This book, remember it. Have you seen this cover? This is going to be, whichever side it was. This book, I will annoy everyone until they read them because I literally stared at the wall for a few minutes after finishing it. The Thursday Murder Club. How to Take Over the World. Again, nonfiction for the win again. I'm gonna put them on the wall. Give me a sec. I'm doing my cardio for today. Okay, let's keep going. Against White Feminism. White Tears, Brown Scars. The Gene. I just finished that one. The Last Argument of Kings. Both of them were like max 4 stars. I'm gonna go with The Gene. Unpopular opinion. Razorblade Tears. Absolutely. Mediocre. That was good, but Razorblade Tears made it to my best of the books. I think I took No Thoughts a little too seriously. My brain is like not working. We have Babel. Ooh, bunny. Babel. We have Pachinko and the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I feel like I should have liked this more than I did. We're gonna go with this one even though I hated the romance. When I say toxic relationship, like a dude that messes up, that's what I'm thinking about. Rock, Paper, Scissors, Dawn. Again, Octavia E. Butler, always and forever. We have The Echo Wife, Parable of the Talents. Again, is this gonna be Butler against Butler? Back to back like this? Timeline, this was fun. This was fun. And The Empress of Salt and Fortune, we're gonna go with Timeline. I didn't know Michael Crichton could be fun. Like, he has an interesting concept, but fun? The Girl Kicked a Hornet's Nest, worst romance ever. The Good Sister, that was awful. Awful. 9 Lives, Read On. Oh wow, didn't think 9 Lives win anything, but Read On. I hated these short stories from the Skyward universe. The House Across the Lake made it to my worst books of the year. Against The Wife Upstairs. If you like Jane Eyre and you want a retelling, this was good. Not an all-time favorite, but it was fine. Cultish versus The Woods. Cultish. I'm telling you, like half of these are going to be nonfiction. I don't understand what's going on. Night, B-word, I don't know if I can say that. Before Dare Hang. Ooh. I hated the ending of this one. But I was really disappointed with this one, which again, if you've read this, the sex scenes are so awful. So we're gonna go with Nanbish. Can't say it otherwise. We have East of Eden, that was so good, versus Dead Silence. Oh, this was so good too. We're gonna go, again, No Thoughts. East of Eden. It's a classic for a reason. We're almost done. I'm trying to grab 2 and it's hard. Patient Zero, I just finished that. That was fun. Confessions, that was really good too, but... Oh, Patient Zero, No Thoughts. Again, nonfiction. But the other one is really good too. Why is this one so small? Ace versus Gallon. Gallon, it was so meh. Very forgettable. I only finished it because it was like 6 hours and I was painting my walls. The Last... And The Conductors, The Last. Huge surprise for me. It was great. Imago and Atoll. Imago because Octavia E. Butler. It's gonna be all our books at the end. And the last two, we have Piranesi and Islands of Abandonment. Piranesi. We're done. Okay, so showing you quickly what it's looking like. It kind of looks like a battle of spaceships. See what I mean? The yellow are nonfictions, right? So look how many there are. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, we're going for level 2 now. This is gonna get a bit more serious. I feel like first impression, I'm noticing, like I said, a lot of nonfiction, but also some of these I didn't expect them to make it on the wall. And then some good ones didn't make it, but that's what's happening. You're picking randomly, so you don't know what's gonna happen. I tried not to look who was battling against who so I can react, you know, to how difficult it is live on camera. So I took pictures because I don't want to get up every 2 seconds. First battle, we have an Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer versus Magpie Murder. Every Morning. I almost cried. Then we have What Doesn't Kill You versus The Book of the Unnamed Midwife. Again, like I mentioned, one of my all-time favorite post-apocalyptic book ever. Then we have The Perks of Being a Wallflower versus Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Oh, this is hard. Wrong Place, Wrong Time. It was fun. It was really fun. My Brilliant Friend versus Unwell Women. I want to say Unwell Women, but I'm going to go with Brilliant Friend. Again, no thoughts. The Lies I Tell versus The Woman They Could Not Silence. The Woman They Could Not Silence. A Prayer for the Crowned Shy versus She Who Became the Sun. Becky Chambers, of course. The Book of Cold Cases, Breaking Day. Neither of them is really a favorite, but we're gonna go with Breaking Day. I didn't even really care for it, so it's weird that it's gonna make it to level 3, but it has to. Beach Read, Crying H Mart. I'm sorry, Beach Read. Atomic Habits, Book Lovers. Emily's gonna fight against herself or something. Of Mice and Men, Golden Sun. Of Mice and Men. All About Love, The Shadow of the Gods. All About Love. A Taste for Poison, Legends and Lattes. This is so hard. They both deserve to win, but we're gonna go Legends and Lattes. Whatever. Persuasion, Sweet Bean Paste. Didn't care for either of them. It's almost harder when, when I hate both of them. We're gonna go with Persuasion. Dope Sick, Convenience Store Woman. Dope Sick. Belly of the Beast, The Intersectional Environmentalist. This is very hard. Oh my gosh, I really like both of them. But both of them, my main complaint is that they were too short. But we're gonna go with Belly of the Beast, which is like 3 hours, but whatever. The It Girl and Flicker in the Dark. Once again, neither of them were more than like a 3.5, but I'm gonna go with Flicker in the Dark, weirdly enough. The Woman in the Library, Adulthood Rights. Octavia E. Butler. Devotion of Suspect X, The Shadow of the Wind. We're gonna go Shadow of the Wind, even though, yeah, no thoughts. Sour Candy, The Queen of the Tierling. Ooh, also very difficult. We're gonna go Queen. Not by much, though. Disordered Cosmos, Kim Ji-young. So good, everyone needs to read this. Into the Drowning Deep, Invasion of the Tierling, Into the Drowning Deep. Killer Mermaids. Oh no, this is really hard. Vita Nostra versus I Who Have Never Known Men. I already told you I'm gonna harass everyone. So it has to be this one. Have you seen that cover? It's so cool too. How to Take Over the World, White Tears, Brown Scars. White Tears, Brown Scars. The Gene, Razorblade Tears. Babel, The Secret Society, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Babel? Oh no, this is Octavia Butler against Butler. Butler versus Butler. This is cruel. Dawn versus Parable of the Talents are probably my 2 favorite books by her. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna go with Dawn, but it's because the other one I'm traumatized and I never want to reread it again. It's a 5 stars, but I'm traumatized, so Dawn. Because the concept is fun. First contact with aliens, but it's so different. Timeline versus The Girl Who Kicked a Hornet's Nest. Timeline. Oh, I hate this. 9 Lives versus The Wife Upstairs. Neither of them were 5 stars. They're probably 3, both of them. We're gonna go The Wife Upstairs? Cultish versus Nightbish. Cultish. East of Eden, Patient Zero, East of Eden. Ace versus the last. And, oh my gosh, Imago versus Piranesi. Imago. Sorry, I really like Piranesi, but Imago. It was a good last book in a trilogy. So I feel like a lot of the nonfiction didn't make it. You can see on this side, even the other side. And I'm realizing some of the ones I didn't care for are making it even further. Some of these should not still be on the wall, but they are. And I'm realizing that it's gonna be Butler versus Butler by the end, like pretty much, because that was the toughest choice already, but there are so many of her books on here. So let's get to it. I'm getting more and more out of the breath. This is my exercise for the day, okay? And every morning, the way home gets longer and longer versus the book of the unnamed midwife. Midwife, it wins. Wrong place, wrong time, my brilliant friend. My brilliant friend. I really like the concept of wrong place, wrong time, but we're gonna go. The Woman They Could Not Silence versus A Prayer for the Crown Shy. Good vibes. Okay, we're going with the vibes. Breaking Day, beach read. Book lovers of Mice and Men, book lovers. Emily Henry, they need to fight. Because I don't know what I'm going to choose. I'm trying not to think about it. All About Love, Legends and Lattes. Persuasion, Dope Sick. Belly of the Beast, A Flicker in the Dark. Belly of the Beast. Adulthood Rights, The Shadow of the Wind. Adulthood Rights. When in doubt, Butler it is. The Queen of Tearling, Kim Ji-young. Into the Drowning Deep, I Have Never Known Men. I'm sorry, Killer Mermaids, but it has to be. I Have Never Known Men. I'm obsessed. I need to reread this as soon as possible. White Tears, Brown Scars, Razorblade Tears. Babel, Dawn. I'm sorry. Timeline, The Wife Upstairs, Timeline. Cultish, East of Eden. The Last, Imago. Oh! This is hard. Yes, Imago it is. This is what we now have. There's a lot less nonfiction and a ton of sci-fi. Not surprising, but I would like to point out there's still a varied amount of genre. I feel like in the past years, it would have been 100% fantasy sci-fi. So let's see. This is getting quicker and quicker. We're at level 4, I think. I am not prepared to make that choice yet. This is so hard. Okay, a lot of sci-fi. We have the Book of the Unnamed Midwife, My Brilliant Friend. Sci-fi is going to win pretty much every time, I think. So good. I can't stop talking about this. Ooh. I thought it was going to be... I've been avoiding looking at them. I thought it was going to be Emily Henry versus Emily Henry. It's not. It's A Prayer for the Crown Shy and Beach Read. I'm going to go for Beach Read. I didn't think I was going to choose that, but again, no thoughts. Book lovers, Legends and Lattes. Book lovers. 2 romance book. Who am I? Dope Sick, Belly of the Beast. This section is weird. I didn't think nonfiction would make it this far, but Belly of the Beast. Adulthood Rights, Kim Ji-young. Ooh. Octavia E. Butler just lost. I Who Have Never Known Men, Razorblade Tears. Both of them are 5 stars. But I Who Have Never Known Men, it's gonna make it to the end. I don't know if it's gonna be the winner, but it's gonna make it there. Dawn, Timeline, Dawn. East of Eden, Imago. This is getting so hard. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's half sci-fi and there are 2 romance. What is happening? I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect any of this. I don't understand what's going on at all. Again, we're just going to answer as quickly as possible because if I overthink this, I'm not going to be able to choose. So the Book of the Unnamed Midwife versus Beach Read. I thought it was going to be Emily Henry. It's probably a good thing because I don't know which one I would pick between Beach Read and Book Lovers. So we're going to go with Midwife. Yeah. Book Lovers versus Belly of the Beast. Book Lovers. Kim Ji-young, born 1982, and I Who Have Never Known Men. They're both 5 stars, but telling you it's gonna make it till the end. Dawn versus Imago, book 1, book 3 in this series. We're gonna go with Dawn. Please give it a shot. It's so good. So weird, but so good. That is quicker and quicker. but it's getting really difficult. Oh my gosh, this is it. We're getting close to the end. I want to pause this. I don't want to have to choose. So we are left with 3 sci-fi and 1 romance book. Let's do this. The Book of the Unnamed Midwife versus Book Lovers. Ah, Midwife. This hurts. And then Dawn versus I Who Have Never Known Men. No. This is my worst nightmare. I don't want to choose. So, I Who Have Never Known Men it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. If you've seen my best or any of my videos really at this point, it shouldn't come to a surprise that it's in between 2 sci-fi books. So we have The Book of the Unnamed Midwife and I Who Have Never Known Men. I really didn't think so. If you had asked me, I thought Octavia E. Butler would have won. I made that clear throughout the whole video. But I guess my favorite book is the one I just finished. I Who Have Never Known Men. This was so good. Literally slightly traumatized when I finished it. The beginning I wasn't 100% sure, but let me talk about it a little bit since I literally finished it this month. So we have this young woman. She is imprisoned into this one room with 39 other women. They have been living there for years. She has no idea what's going on. The beginning is kind of a coming of age story, which I wasn't 100% sure, but then something happens. I'm gonna keep it vague, and they escape. And they have no idea how they got there, why they're there, like what happened. They don't know. And the rest of the book is mind-blowing. I loved it, and I need to reread this. It was originally written in French, and I didn't know. So I would have read it in French if I had known, because page 1, the character says, I don't understand why people don't read the books in the language that was originally written. Like, just learn the language. Obviously, that's, the way the character thinks. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I will. I speak French. It's my first language. So yeah, I'm going to be getting one, but the editions that I saw were ugly. That's why I haven't yet. Plus I just finished a book, but I didn't think it was going to win, but it's our winner. So the best book that I've read this year, the one that won the battle of the books, is I Who Have Never Known Men. So, you kind of have to read it now, right? It won. You don't have a choice. So highly recommend it if you like depressing books, because it is. I've been calling this a beautifully bleak book, and I stand by that. It is, but clearly I like it a lot. It won out of 130 something books. It's the best one I've read. I really didn't, frankly, I wasn't expecting that, but that was fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out. You know what? My best books of the year and my worst books of the year. If you haven't seen those, highly recommend you check those out, and I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. Bye.